Today we are talking about objections and follow-up. So maybe drop what's the most common objection that you guys get? Drop it in the comments. I remember when I first started this business, I don't know, or just network marketing in general, I got my first objection and I didn't even reach out to this girl. She reached out to me. I gave her the information. And then she came at me with like 5 paragraphs when she found out it was a network marketing company.
Oh Lord, not one of those.
Yeah, no, but it was my first time receiving an objection and like I got so scared. She's like, you need to be careful. You joined one of these MLM companies, like, and then my previous company had a bunch of allegations of like lawsuits and hair falling out. And like thank God we are partnered with pharmacy where we don't have any like scandals or any like scary like things attached to it. And even though like it wasn't true of what the girl was sharing with me, I was just so overwhelmed. I was so scared. I was kind of like, what did I just get myself into? And thank God I had hopped on enough trainings and I had done my own research before I started sharing the products. But it got me really nervous. It got me really scared. And my heart was beating out of my chest. I sent her probably 12 paragraphs back. That girl never purchased products from me ever. So if you guys are feeling like nervous or like you don't know how to answer an objection, or you feel like people are sending you all these things that you don't know how to like rebuttal or like you don't have an answer to it, I just want you to know it's nothing special. Like it's something we all go through. It's something we all deal with. And even me being 7 years in this industry, earning over $700,000, earning a luxury Cadillac, over 15 brand trips, the objections don't stop. The people that have something to say, they don't go away. You just get stronger and you just gain more confidence as as time goes on. So we have pyramid scheme, MLM, no time, pharmacies on Amazon for the same price. I love these. These are so good. I already want to get into answering them. I can't. I have to talk to my husband. Could never do what you do. I don't have time. I don't have the money. Okay. Pyramid scheme, cult. Everyone's in a cult. You just have to choose what cult you're part of.
Thank the
Money.
Lord we're all very firm in our belief in this business because right now it's like bomb, bomb, bomb,
No,
bomb.
but yeah, these are good, and I'm so glad we're going over. Are you making any money? So good. And I already want to answer them. I really already do. But I just want to really quickly like encourage you guys whenever you get objections, it's not a no, it's an opportunity for you to kind of enlighten them and for you to educate them. If someone comes at you with an objection, it's because they thought about it. Like they visioned themselves doing it and then this was their response to it. So it's good to get objections because a lot of people don't even think or vision themselves doing it. People give you objections because they thought about doing it. So I just want us to like today we're gonna grow. Oh, goodness gracious. Today we're gonna have some thick skin. We're gonna grow thick skin. I'm just gonna go first really quickly, then I'm gonna pass it over to Adriana because I have to work at 3 o'clock and it's 1:17. So really quickly, I have another acronym for you guys today. And for objections, we're gonna use the light method, LIGHT. And this is from Bob Heilig. If you guys don't listen to your virtual upline, great podcast to help you with your network marketing skill sets. If you're taking notes, what are note takers? Money makers. Note takers are money makers. So definitely take notes so that you can remember how to answer objections. You're going to feel really good. You're going to feel really confident listening to this training. But I want you to be able to get off of this call and be able to actually answer objections. And it's hard to remember everything we're about to throw at you if you're not writing it down.
Well,
So
you already just dropped two bombs. You already said the light method and you already said your virtual upline as a podcast. I don't know who caught that and wrote those down already, but you already dropped two bombs.
yes, let's blow it up. Is that appropriate? Is that appropriate to say? Um, but the L in light, listen without defense. Listen without defense. When that girl sent me 5 paragraphs about how my hair was gonna fall out and I need to be careful about what I'm getting into, and she was trying to educate me, I got real defensive. I got mad. I was angry. I started crying. I was like so upset. Like the little girl over there did not get up in that moment. But we need to listen without defense. And then the I in light, we need to identify the root. G in light, we need to give perspective. H in light, we need to humanize the story. And the T, we need to tie it back to
One more
vision.
time. One more time.
Yes, I'll put it in the chat for you guys so that I don't take up too much time. So listen without defense, identify the root, give perspective, humanize the story, and tie it back to vision. So remember when I told you guys when they give an objection, they visioned themselves and all the bad things that can happen. At the end of the objection, you can recast the vision to them and have them see themselves doing this in a different light. So good. So, in the first L, listen without defense. Most people hear an objection and they immediately react, especially when we're first getting started in this and we've never been in sales before. We've never received an objection before. It feels like we're being attacked. But objections are not attacks. Bob Heilig shares, when you lead with love, you listen for understanding, not for rebuttal. So we need to listen without defense. And a big part of being successful is leading with love. I actually did a training way back with Christy at like this big event. It was beautiful. And my whole thing was about love and aloha. And a big thing we do in Hawaii is we have aloha. We just like love. Aloha means hello, it means goodbye, it means I love you. And it's important to lead with aloha, to lead with love. And when you lead with love, you listen for understanding. Why are they feeling this way? Why are they sharing this? Like, and for me, looking back, like, of course, that girl's gonna give me all these paragraphs. Whenever she typed that name into Google, all of that stuff came up. So it's like normal for someone to think that if they're researching and all this stuff comes up, if they've never tried the products, if they've never seen results. So I have to understand where the person is coming from. So when you lead with love, you listen to understand, not for rebuttal. So for example, when someone tells you, I don't have time, you understand and tell them, I totally understand that. You know, life is crazy. Can I ask you, like, what's taking up most of your time right now? And this keeps your energy warm. It makes them feel like you understand them, that you heard what they said, that you care about making more time for them, and that you're not just trying to like get a quick sale out of them. So it keeps the energy warm instead of defensive. And I just gave you guys a great answer to the I don't have time objection. Number two, the I in light, you identify the root. So every objection has a truth underneath it. So you ask yourself, is this a fear, a lack of understanding, or a timing issue? For example, when someone says they don't have the money, that objection usually means they don't have belief that they're going to get results. Because if they believe that they would get results and make money, they wouldn't mind spending the money. So when they give you an objection, identify the root of the objection. When someone tells you they don't have money, that usually means they don't believe that they're going to come in here and get results. Or if someone doesn't want to purchase the product, they haven't seen enough before and afters to believe that the product's going to work for them. So maybe you go back and think, okay, what can I post so that they can believe that the Flaunt It gel is going to work? So that they can believe that this recharge energy makes me like maybe take videos of Adriana dry scooping, you know, like all those things help people like identify their route isn't the right route and that you have the answer to their objection. And then, you know, another example is I don't have time, right? That was a lot of objection that we got in the comments. The time objection often like means that they fear that they're gonna fail in this business. So they just tell you they don't have the time for it, but they just don't think they're gonna come in and be good at it. So identify the root so that you can speak to what's really going on. The G in light, give perspective. So instead of arguing with them, and a lot of the time, like people will send me their conversation and they're arguing with the potential. I'm like, this person's not going to give you any money if you're arguing with them and telling them that your way is the right way, right? Like if a man was trying to date you and he was arguing with you about why you weren't available on Tuesday at 4 p.m., you wouldn't go and give the guy your time and go on a date with him. But if he understood why you couldn't go out on a date and moved his time to the time that you were available, you might give him a chance. So let me make sure everyone's muted. Sorry. Okay. So where am I? Okay. So you don't overcome objections, you reframe them with service. So, for example, letting people know, I totally get it. When I started, I felt the same way. We use the feel, felt, found method a lot. I believe we've already taught on that. If not, Adriana, can you share that later? Do you know that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I totally get it. When I started, I felt the same way, but I realized that it wasn't about having time, it was about creating time for what really mattered. I didn't have time when I first got started. I was working from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., doing my schoolwork in between, and then going to my second job from 4, 5 p.m. till midnight, 1 a.m. But what I realized is those 15-minute increments of my day, when I was waiting for a table, when I was in the bathroom, I would, instead of scrolling Instagram, I would be able to put in orders and make toilet money. Uh, so, let them see possibility through your lens, not pressure to get started or pressure to join. Shift pressure to possibility. How can you show them possibility in this business instead of pressuring them to do this business or to use the products? The H in light, humanize the story. I think even the toilet money I just shared, like everyone is scrolling on the toilet besides Christy Stone. She thinks I'm crazy for using my phone on the toilet. She's like, you're just like jaded. I'm like, okay, it's the modern day newspaper.
No, it's because she's too busy moving over to the bidet. She knows it.
Uh, So humanize the story. People relate more to stories than scripts. So although we are sharing scripts with you guys, it's very important to like look at it and be like, okay, how can I use this in my language? How can I use this with my words? Like I'm someone that needs a script, but I know how to like, okay, this is how I would say it to my best friend. That's how you want to talk to people. So people relate to stories more than scripts. You want to share a quick 30-second relatable story. They're called, if I don't know if you guys know who Fraser Brooks is. He's also great at network marketing training. If you ever want to look him up on YouTube, he's really great at like giving good like acronyms and one-liners that will help you remember things throughout building your career here. But they're called micro stories. So you want to make sure you're including micro stories when you answer, excuse me, objections, just like me sharing, scrolling on the toilet and putting in a sale. Micro story, waiting for a table and being able to put in a sale. Servers are going to relate to that because a lot of the time it is slow and you're just sitting around waiting for a table. And you're just on TikTok anyway, you could be sharing your beauty routine on a selfie that you took before work, right? So micro stories are good for answering objections. An example here. Actually, one of the girls on our team said the same exact thing last month. She was hesitant to get started. She works full time. She has 2 kids and she just wanted something for herself. She just took that one little step and it turned into something beautiful. She ranked up 4 times. She's earned her $300 back that she invested. Stories build belief more than logic will ever build belief, right? So giving them a story versus like, yes, compensation plans are important, and there's some people that can read a comp plan. But if you were like me when I first got started and I've never been in network marketing, a compensation plan is very confusing for someone that's never done this before. But if I see a story of a girl that has less than me, that has kids, and I don't have kids, and she's making this work, it's going to be more believable for me to come in here and make it work. And even like sharing other success stories on your story, people, those are micro stories for people to see it working for other people, and it gives them more belief that it can happen for them. And then the T in light, tie it back to vision. You always want to end with vision, not persuasion. So, example, you mentioned you wanted more freedom with your time. What if this could be the bridge for that? Like, imagine you get started and you earn an extra $400 a month, $100 a week. You just sell $200 of product a week. That's one makeup routine a week. You make an extra $400. Like, what could that do for you? And objections start to fade away when someone feels seen, when they feel inspired instead of being sold to. So remember, when she objects, don't fight her, just light the way forward for her. So that's my little take on objections. I know we have follow-ups too, but I'm gonna let Adriana take it away and I'll pop in and out here and there.
Thanks, Fran. I love your acronym. Can't lie, when you started saying it, I just got L is for the way you look at me. But you went through the whole thing and I absolutely love it. And I think I God is so good and so intentional, because I feel like with this call, without you and I even prepping for it or anything, he totally laid the foundation for this, because I believe what you just shared is the theology and is the foundation of what I'm about to share. So Kat just really shared like the theology, the foundation. We don't want to get offensive. We don't want to be on the defense. We don't want to feel offended. We want to identify the root. A no is not a no. It's just an I don't understand or a not right now. What really is the root? Giving perspective, being able to broaden people's perspective out of their, the box that they put themselves in, humanizing the story so that they understand that you get it. It's real life, and tying it back to what it could be if they got that objection out of their own mind. I want to remind everyone that when people say an objection, that is their current belief, and that doesn't mean that it's truth. And you don't need to accept it as truth, but you do need to accept it as, even though that might not be the truth, that is their truth that they've made up in their mind. So it's our opportunity to be able to rewrite that narrative. So I saw one of my girls write in the chat, she already knows it. Kat gave you like the theology, the baseline for your objections, but I'm going to give you the structure on now how you're going to deliver it. It's called agree, relate, educate. To agree, to relate, to educate. And it works with every single objection. Every single one you wrote in there, I could say it in my head, what exactly I would say, but it all comes from Kat's theology and background on that. So, what do I mean? When somebody writes you an objection, immediately we want to be like, that's not the truth. Like, oh my gosh, can't they see what we see? Like that, like, this is not the truth. This is the truth. Like, adhere to the truth, accept it, but if someone writes an objection and you go hard in with like what you feel the truth is, I don't have time, or this is an MLM, and you're like, no, it's not, or everything is, and you might be right in your mind, but if you just go in hot like that, the person's going to be like automatic, walls up. She doesn't hear me. She doesn't understand me. I'm not doing this, and then you get into the battle, and we're not here for a battle. As a matter of fact, we're not even here to convince anyone. We're here to share the gift and to help people see the gift, see the vision, and have them make an educated decision to get started with us. But if you go in hot, you're asking for a battle. So when we agree with someone, right away, the walls come down. So agreeing, and I'm going to give you examples, but agreeing brings the wall down. Relating is I see you, and educating is now that the wall is down, they know that we see them, we have the opportunity to say what we truly want to say. So, for example, agree, relate, educate with I don't have time. Looks like I totally hear you. I've had some of my girls say the same thing before, or I thought that too. Educate. I've seen so many girls be able to just film their morning makeup routine just as they're already getting ready and post it and be able to make $100 just from their makeup sale. Casting the vision. If you're able to film your makeup routine and people saw it and you're able to make $100 while you're at work with your serving job in between your tables, would that not be worth at least just filming your makeup routine that you're already going to be doing anyways? It broadens the perspective. When you agree with someone, yes, I hear you, I understand you, relate. I've seen that too. I've been there too. I've experienced that as well. Educate, to say what you truly want to say to help broaden the perspective. It works 100% of the time. Even let's like go into here. Um, I have to talk to my husband, right? So agree. I totally hear you. Relate. I've had some of our girls say the same thing. Bless our husbands. Educate. What do you feel like your husband would say if you brought this up to him? Is there anything that you would want to know before having the conversation so that it can go in your favor? Right? I don't have the money. I hear you. I've had other girls say that they don't have the money either. However, if I was able to help you put away, a couple of dollars a day and help keep you accountable with that, and if you were able to just invest $125, that could potentially make you that money back and an extra 100, 200, 300, 1,000, whatever you want this to be a month, would that be worth it to you? To agree, relate, educate. And they might come back with another one, but the way that you structure and form your verbiage, it always works.
And really quick, I want to add because I a lot of you have like men. I don't have a man, so sometimes when I like say this, it doesn't come off the same. But like for the, I have to talk to my man. I would joke around and be like, "Girl, what was the last? Tell me what you bought at Target last week, and did you ask your man before you bought it? Because I know I'm making so many purchases that my man does not know about. And imagine when you make the money back. Like, do you have to ask him? Like, like making it like fun, but being like, I understand if you do, but I buy stuff without my man knowing all the time. But like making it fun so that it's like you're talking to your friend, but also understanding you have to read the room if you can joke around with someone like that.
Yeah, because if you said that to me, I'd be like, ain't no way I'm going behind my man's back just to be able to make a purchase. Like, even if I did buy something at Target, so you can make the joke, but then I would still go into like, girl, when was the last time you bought something at Target that he didn't know about? But I totally hear you. I've had other girls say that before. What would be something that he would want to know about that would make this go in your favor? You know? Cat, which else? Anything else? That's like my
I,
objections. I just love agree,
no,
relate,
yeah.
it works every single time.
Yeah, I there were a couple here that I wanted to add to the pharmacies on Amazon for the same price. I'm like, yeah, girl, but do you want to support Amazon or me? Because I got you. I'll send you a little VIP gift, and I would tell them, plus you're gonna get access to the sales. You can get an extra 25% off. And if you did decide to want to make money, you can upgrade and get a link, to share the product. So like
You know,
and the like, you don't know who bought that on Amazon, if it's been used, and if it's like expired. I wouldn't trust Amazon.
I've had a girl get started with me and come up and say that after she's been doing her research. And I said, okay, great. It was on Amazon when you bought it, but there's still leaders out there making 1,000, 2,000, $30,000 paychecks regardless of it being on Amazon. So do you want to let Amazon get in the way or are you going to go get your bag? Like
Yeah.
it's still
So
there, but we still have leaders making thousands of dollars.
yeah, and I'll like me someone just asked, do you have scripts you use? I've listened to so many podcasts that I've like it's just in my head now for the last 7 years. But I'll put together a PDF. I can't give you an exact date, but I'll put one together this month. There's another one. I can't do what you do. I mean, girl, I thought I couldn't do what I do. I totally get it. But
See,
the resources that we give you make it so simple for you to succeed. What do you think you can't do that I do? Like I always end it with a question.
I love that. See, the same way Kat formed it, girl, I totally get you. I thought that too. I've been in that position. Now educate on what you actually want to say. The amount of resources and training and support that we have here, it teaches you everything that you need to know. We've had girls that have thought they couldn't do it either, but look at them now. They're making so much money. They're doing so well. Their leadership has been amazing. What exactly do you feel like you can't do that I do? So if you remember the framework, you don't need a script. Your script is the framework. It is the light theory, right? The script is to agree, to relate, and educate on what you truly want to say because now you've agreed with them, you've seen them, you brought their walls down, they know that you understand them, but now you're actually going to say what you want to say.
Yeah. Someone said, the objection, do you actually make money? I would be like, I asked the same thing at first, but now that I'm doing this, I would pay to be part of this. You get so many resources, you get so many trainings. I would use the products even if I didn't make money from them. But yeah, we make money. You get 50% on anything that someone purchases from you. Like there's so many people making money here. And if you haven't made your first paycheck yet, I would be like, I just got started. I am, learning and I'm just taking everything in. But yeah, we make money. You don't need to like go in like, and it's crazy because it's like, no one's gonna ask me, hey girl, you're actually making money at Eddie V's. Like I'd be like, yeah, girl, it's a job. you know? But just like I totally get it. I was so skeptical about if people actually earned here, but yeah, this is a real business. People are really making money here. Do you want me to show you a couple of people that have earned money?
You
You
see what
know,
Kat just did there? She agreed. Hey, girl, I totally get it. She related. I thought that too. Now, do you know how many girls are actually making amazing money here? Do you need to see, like, what type of proof would you want to see? Because we have girls that are making incredible money, and that's my vision too.
yeah, and I would also add in the like I would do this even if I didn't get paid, but I am getting paid. But I would do it because there you just gain so much of the community, the network, and the things that I learned. I think when I first started, before I started making money, the way that I enrolled people was I was tell showing them the social media trainings because that's what got me. When I got on my first social media training, I was like, I'm learning way more here than I did in my social media classes because I took writing for social media in classes. I was in ad PR classes, so I was taking marketing classes. And I was like, I'm learning so much here and I'm able to apply it immediately and earn money. My classes in college, I have this textbook, but they don't give me an opportunity to earn off of what I'm learning. This is a job that comes with now this is a like personal development that comes with a compensation plan. So I think like sharing the value that you get besides the financial value, because there's a lot that you get here from the friends. Like I've met my bestest friends through this business. I didn't know
Oh, thanks.
Adriana. I didn't know Adriana or Christy or Isa or Bianca or like the girls that have really like been my Christ-centered friends. I've met them all through this industry. I didn't know Erlene before I started network marketing. So like I just share like how valuable the friendships are, how valuable the resources are. Like go hard on the resources are so simple, are so valuable. It makes it simple for you to succeed because all of you have the resources. All of you can record a quick video of school and all of the classrooms and all of the trainings. All of you can go onto the Her Society YouTube and take a photo and let people like go and take a look at it. They're going to listen to one of these trainings, one of the info calls, and they're going to want to be in the chats. They're going to want to know more about this. So, like, highlight the resources that we give people to make it simple. A lot of people think they're going to come in here, sign up, and they're left to figure it out alone. So, you really have to educate and demonstrate every single portion of what we have to offer. Did you
Totally.
go over the pyramid scheme one?
No, But I mean, that would be an easy one for me. Like, I know that we all want to go in and be like, you work for a pyramid scheme, don't you know? Like, obviously, that, that's what we want to go into because we're educated. We know the truth. We know that's not the truth, right? So for me, that's again, a simple. I keep it very simple. Agree. I totally hear you. I've had others say the same before, think the same before. But what I've actually come to find is that all corporate structures are pyramid schemes, LOL. And a pyramid scheme is when there's no trade of money for product. But here, this is a real business. Like I pay my taxes. Like this is a true business. What does a pyramid scheme mean to you?
Yeah. And I'll just be like, what's a pyramid scheme? I want to know. Like, I'll ask them. I'll be like, oh my gosh, what's a pyramid scheme? LOL. Like, I want to hear them explain to me what they think a pyramid scheme is. And then they'll usually say when the person on top makes like the most money on the people on the bottom. And I'd be like, no, you can come in here and you can out earn the person that signed you up. Like, you can make more money than me. I can enroll you and you can start making more money than me. If you sell $500 and I sell $100, you're gonna make more commission than me on that sale. And I let them know, I thought the same thing, so I'm not like I get it. The Mary Kay girls would come into Hooters and try to sell me, and I was always so skeptical on purchasing products from them. But when I actually did my own research and tried it for myself, I realized that I was in a pyramid scheme working at Hooters and working like the person that owns Hooters is always going to make more money than me, so I don't see it as anything different. Sorry, I'm making rice in the waters.
Anything different other than I can actually out earn my sponsor?
And then I asked them, have you ever been part of a network marketing company before? Because it sounds like you've had experience with one. Most people that say that have joined one before and it didn't work. So I asked them, have you been part of a network marketing company before? And then they'll say yes, usually. I was in Arbonne for a little bit. I was doing X, Y, and Z. My friend tried to sign me up for blah, blah, blah. It never worked out. And I let them know, I'm like, so you saw the vision, you just haven't found the right product or opportunity. I was like,
Right.
I think this is a divine appointment. You've been looking for something like this.
Amen. So I think this goes perfectly into the segue, the bridge that I want to bring it into follow up because look, when you're handling your objections, I'm telling you, you go with the light theory, you don't get offended by it, you guide with love, you find out what the root is, you bring a humanization perspective to it through the agree, relate, educate template. It will work for all of you. It'll work for any objection. Just always remember, and it rhymes, so it makes it a little bit easier. But what I'd recommend is to handle your objection, to agree, relate, educate, and whilst waiting for the response, to diffuse any type of feeling that you're feeling, which shouldn't be offense. But I understand we get in our feels and we think maybe someone would be amazing at it and they just don't see what we see. Don't get hung up on it and don't just sit in your sorrows about it and wait to be doing this back and forth. The best way to get through it is to take action, do another reach out, make another post, get even louder, do another story share. You know that they're in conversation with you. So if it's an objection, if a product works or people making money, then put up a third party validation, shout somebody out for their paycheck, shout out, someone for their commission, put up a before and after of the Flaunt cream or the L-carnitine or, your lip combo that you love so much. Like be intentional about it. You heard what it is. So put it up there, move forward. But what I always recommend, and I've said it before with our reach outs call, is always keep a list. Because this person handling, you're going through the objection right now, you're all hung up on this person when you're one person that could absolutely change your life and you could change their life, could be one message away, but you're all hung up on handling this one objection and proving that you're right and hoping they're going to get started with you. Girl, handle it, move on, write their name on a list, keep it moving forward, send out your next reach outs, take your next action, do your next step. And now that's why the list is so important when it comes to the follow up, because science, the studies have shown it takes about 6 to 7 times on the back and forth, the touching on someone before they make a decision. So, what is another, how we say like no takers are money makers? What does everybody know what the saying is about follow ups? Put it in the chat. Do you know what they say about follow ups? Anna, I see you typing. I'm relying on you, girl. Come on. What is it? What is our verbiage about follow-ups? Ashley, come on, you're awfully quiet over there. Did you rave too hard this weekend, girl? Come on. Come on, what is it? Anybody in the chat? Three, two, one. Anna, you putting it through? Yes. Yeah, you do, Kat. The money is in the follow-ups. The money is in the follow-ups. We love follow-ups. I have my book right here, and I'm more of a pen and paper type of gal, but I can literally go back to December when I first got started, and I can look back. The check marks are people that got enrolled. The stars are the people I need to circle back to. Like this is my December list. Some people are empty, and as I go through, this is just to prove like I'm really preaching. I really do what I preach, right? It is so much easier when you can go back to your list to follow up with people, and actually, time is on your side. I love going back to people I talked to in December, in January. Maybe it just wasn't the right time for them. We had a girl, Alicia, Amber reached out to her about the opportunity. She's like, sorry, girl, I'm working for Mac right now. This isn't going to work out for me. Couple months later, the Bay that the Mac store was in went bankrupt, went down. She was out a job and she remembered Amber. And then now she got started. She's down in Miami. She's teaching makeup classes, etc. So it really relies on people's timing. So, Kat, what do you have to say about follow up? Perhaps some actionable, tangible. What do you say?
Yeah, I use sales to follow up with people. And sometimes like following up, I really try hard to not make everything about the business because I'm gonna post enough for them to that when I'm on their feed, that's following up. But like building rapport, like I would YouTube how to build rapport if you guys don't know how to do that. Just like creating relationships with your potentials so that they can like, know, and trust you. I post enough for people to see that this is something fun, that this is something for people to do. So I'm just confident that once they get to know me, they're gonna want to do what I do. They're gonna want to share the product. So what I say, like let's say, I have a folder on Instagram of people that I've been talking to. I favorite one of their photos and I put it on like 2025 potentials. And when I catch myself scrolling like aimlessly with no intention, if I'm not scrolling to find inspiration for content, I catch myself and I go into that folder and I'm like, okay, let me go and like have conversations with my potentials. Because if the only thing I'm sharing with them is, hey, have you watched the video? Hey, I don't know if you saw my last message, but do you want to do this business with me? Hey, girl, like, just like, if it's, of course, I'm going to send those messages, but I think, let's say there's a $6 aloe sign up. I'm gonna say, hey, I'm so glad. Hi, Izzy. I know we talked about the business last week. I'm so glad you didn't get started yet. We just launched a $6 promo and it's gonna give you 50% off all of the product, and you're gonna be able to get started for such a better price and get the aloe glow for free. Do you want me to send you more info? So I follow up with the sale. So I'll let them know, I'm so glad you didn't get started yet because it shows that you're adding value to them um by giving this promotion to them. Or let's say, when I like write down my potentials, I have an Excel spreadsheet and I write down what they reached out to me about. So maybe they messaged me about skincare. I'll have like skincare in the notes, and let's say skincare goes on sale. I'll type in skincare and look at who reached out to me about skincare, and I'll follow up. Hey, Monica, I know you talked to me about, the dryness of your skin and you wanted more hydration. We have a skincare sale that just launched, and I thought about you. Have you given the business more thought? Do you want me to share more info of the sale going on? So I always like keep it personal and like I write down notes of what they told me about. Sometimes it'll be like, I don't have enough time. My kid has ballet. Like I'll note those little details. So when I follow up, it's a personal follow up of them being like, wow, Kat remembered my daughter does ballet. Kat remembered that my skin needed more hydration. And then I'll always end it with a question of, do you want me to send you more info of the sale? I like, because we have all the infographics of the sale. I try not to send that to them because I like to use the question, do you want me to send you info to get them to respond to me so they don't leave me on red. But sometimes, like if I'm busy, I'll post the infographics flyer even, and I'll DM it to all the people that I talk to, and I'll be like, hey, we just launched this sale. Do you want me to send you the link to order? Do you want me to send you a new cart? Do you want me to send you a new hot list of this promo? So that they come to my story, they see the infographic, but they also see everything else I posted of the day, and I'll try to use that product after the infographic so they have something to watch. Sorry, that was all over the place.
No, that was great. That was great. I love that. And I just have to say how frustrating it is to me that I have my family coming in and out of my background, but I always have to flip my perspective to what a blessing it is that my
I
husband.
wish I had a little girl and a husband
I
coming out of that door behind me, Fred. God bless.
get so frustrated. I always listen, friends, like you have to end. This is the life lesson right here. Even in objections, whenever you get frustrated, you got to flip it into the blessing. Like, what a blessing it is that I get to be annoyed at my husband and my daughter for being in the background. What a blessing it is that I have somebody giving me an objection, that I get to have this conversation. What a blessing it is. I'm having a conversation with someone right now, even if they maybe don't see what I see, but what a blessing it is that I can have this conversation, right? So, I love what Kat said, and I really want to double down on that. And I want to give you this metaphor. You know, when you're at a restaurant and you have your server, right? It doesn't matter how fast the food comes in and out, whichever. Typically, when you're tipping the server, what makes you give a server more of your money than less? Because essentially that's what we're doing. We're trying to get money from people to like spend it with us, right? So put on your server shoes for a second. What makes you want to give your server more money than not? When the server gives you a personal experience and makes you feel special, right? Like when you have a server that's just like giving your food in and out, they're just like, whatever, you're just like, yeah, I'll give the baseline. I don't know, what is it these days? 18%. I'm trying not to offend anyone. 15%. Look in the face she's giving me. What's the
Are
minimum?
you tipping 18% on good service?
Listen, in
That's
Canada, it
my
was
question.
12%. In Canada, Europe doesn't even tip, okay? So listen,
She's
what
Canadian, you guys. 20%, 25% if they were really good.
okay, well, what makes that 20% really good come out of your pocket versus the Canadian 12? When the server goes above and beyond your expectations and makes you feel special, makes you feel like an experience.
Wait, let's give a quick tipping lesson really
Oh my
quick.
gosh, we're here for objections and
Really,
filling up,
really,
friends.
really quick, really quick. So whenever you're at the restaurant, let's say your check is $80, you just multiply the first number by 2, and that is your tip. So $80, 8 times 2 is 16, your tip is 16 if they give you good service.
Okay, so if it's $120, I take $12 times two.
Yes, right?
Servers
24.
just servers just got a lot richer because of this conversation, friends. This is not what we're here for today. Let me just say, okay, what makes the difference is if you give amazing service. That's how you're gonna get that first number times two type of tip. Okay, so let's just be real. People could be buying skincare and makeup from anywhere. People could be doing any type of business to be making side income and hustle. Why are they going to do it with you? Because you have to see beyond the product, beyond the business, and you have to make people feel special to you. Like they're not just a number, that they're not just you trying to rank up. You're not just trying to make a sale. I share this so much, and I think it's really important for you to grasp this is I live in abundance, not scarcity. And I believe in the action that I'm putting forward, the fact that I'm consistent on my social media, the fact that I have consistent conversations, that whether I plant a seed today, I don't need to harvest it today. The same day that I plant the seed is not the same day that I harvest the crop. So I might talk to somebody back in June, back in December, back in September. It doesn't matter the timeline, but I know that I planted the seed. So now it's my time to water the seed and to make that person feel so special that when they run out of their moisturizer, they need a new lip combo, when they're wanting to make money, they remember how I made them feel. And that is the biggest thing. Like Kat said, she made her follow-up, if you caught that in the beginning, she said my follow-up is mainly actually me being consistent on my stories and like showing people the truth so they know it's the real deal. But I would even take it a step further as watching their stories and commenting on it. Like, absolutely no way should you be reaching out to someone telling them they're going to be amazing at the business, but then you don't like, comment, or heart any of their social media content, or you don't reach out to them to see how their kids are doing if it's not on social media. Like that is so selfish. I'm sorry, and I know we're all busy, we have things going on, but how hard is it if you're scrolling? Like, let's just be all real. Apparently, we all scroll while we're on the toilet. Okay, and you see somebody that you've been talking to about product or about the business, and you're watching their stories. You're telling me you don't have a second to be like, oh my gosh, so cute, or love your fit, or just put a heart, or like, you got to be engaging with people because we're going to go into leadership, but leadership is influence and influence is trust. So, people to get started with you in the business, to say yes to the products, to buying from you, is through trust. And how are they going to trust you? To know that you see more to them than just being a number. Like, that's the best follow up. But some tangible, I love what Kat said. So, if you saw step one is to be consistent on your social to prove what you're talking about without even needing to say a word, it's through your social. Step two is to pour love on people to make them feel special, to give them that 20 to 25% tip experience. Okay. To be loving, to be kind, to be more than just a number, more than just a product. And the third is to use the tools and the resources we have as follow up, as a way to follow up. They say with follow up, it should be value given. So if the value given is, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you didn't get started. Last month, we have a $6 promo right now. You can normally it's 19.99 or 29.99 if you're in Canada. Right now it's $6, it's $8.50, and you're gonna get a free aloe. I don't know if you put any more thought into this, but I've been thinking about you and I still think you'd be absolutely amazing at this and would help you create some more time and money for yourself. What do you think? Like, I can send you some links and see if there's any help you need with products. Let's get you started. Use the tools and the resources as the follow up, but the money is in the follow up. And don't be afraid to go back to people from August, July, June, even further back. That's why you have to keep your list. I love my list and going back to at the end of the month, who do you think I go to? Whoever I talk to at the beginning of October, because they're the more hot. I talk to them more. And if I'm not getting what I need from that, I go back into September, not that, back into August.
Yeah,
Kat?
if you guys are like consistent with this, you're never gonna be at the end of the month and you're like, I don't have anyone to reach out to. I don't have anyone to like work with because I have people that have signed up a year later, 2 years later. I've been in this for 7 years. My previous company, my friend Chantel, who was with me in my last company and is with me here, it took her 4 years to get started with me. And she saw me start. She saw me earn a car. She saw me earn my first trip to my 10th trip. She saw me hit the top of a compensation plan, and it took 2 years after hitting the top of a compensation plan for her to get started with me. So it just takes time. Some people just watch your journey, but imagine if I just wrote her off and I stopped like communicating with her or stopped watching her story or stopped engaging with her. So, like if you're in it for the long haul and you have long-term vision, you're not going to be worried about when people join you. You're going to be more worried about filling that funnel. So I want you to like think about filling a funnel. When the funnel gets full, things start to drip out of it. They don't rush out of it, but they drip out of it. So the more you fill your funnel, the more things will start dripping out of it. So a framework for mastering your follow-up, another acronym, is
Love it.
is real. REAL. The R stands for recap the last conversation. E, extend value. A, ask a question. L, loop back later. So the R, let's go into the R. Sorry, the R, you want to remind them where you left off. It shows them that you care and that you remembered like what I shared. I just want to give you guys a more structured version of everything I just spit out at you. So when you remind them where you left off, it shows that you care and remember. So writing notes about the little details that these people have shared to you, it makes a difference. Whether you're if you're not good at Excel spreadsheets, get your notes app out, have their Instagram and write little details next to their Instagram handle so when you follow up, like if when you do everything with intention, you set yourself apart. It takes very little to set yourself apart from the thousands of other pharmacy influencers. And when you remember someone's daughter's name, when you remember someone's favorite hobby, when you go and say, "Oh my gosh, I saw the reel that you posted on October 3rd about your faith journey," and you mention those things, it takes very little to set yourself apart to show them that you care and remember. So recap the last conversation. Maybe you can say, "Hey, Adriana, the last time that we talked, you mentioned that you love the skincare, but you wanted to finish your current routine first. I know it's been 2 months. Are you still on your current routine?" Like it reopens the door naturally instead of a cold message. E, extend the value. So following up should add value, not add pressure. So some value ideas, you send a testimonial from someone like them. If you know that they wanted to lose weight, they were interested in the Flaunt gel, share Alma's before and after with the Flaunt gel. Sorry, I need to flip my chicken. I have
No,
to,
that's fine.
I really don't want to eat bad at work, and Adriana is gonna be so happy about this. So I'm grilling chicken before I go to work and
So
bring
proud of you. And it's not raw crab, so I'm even more proud of you.
So
And look, I just want to show you. This is my January list. And if you see here, I don't know, it says Selena, which is Sarah. This is January. She got started in May and she just spoke on our last call last week. But this was January with a giant hole in it because blessed that I have a daughter who thinks that my workbook is a toy.
there
But
goes all those potentials.
like, imagine if I gave up on Selena. She's putting hearts in the chat right now. I was thinking her back of her in January. She didn't get started until May. Like, imagine if I didn't stay on top of that. And now I have somebody who's at the 12% rank and sees the vision and going hard.
Yeah, so good. So you extend value and like each follow-up, it should feel like a gift, not like a nudge. Hey, get started with me. Hey, get started with me. It should feel like you're gifting them something. Like, maybe mini updates. Hey, I just thought of you. I just wanted you to be the first to know. We just launched our new number 75 eyeshadow palette. Things like that. Extend value. Number three, the A, ask a question. So always end your message with a question. This is the most important part. A lot of you are getting ghosted because your potentials don't have anything to respond to. Ask a question.
You're
Always
good at
end
that.
your, huh?
You're really good at that. Even the haters, even on hater posts on IG, she'll come back to hater comments with a question.
John Maxwell said the best leaders ask the most questions. So always end your message with a question. It keeps conversation open. Would you like me to send you a quick video explaining how it works? Would you be open to hearing how Adriana is able to earn money from home while she has a horse and 2 kids, one in high school, one toddler, husband, works out, all, the nitty-gritty. So this is called looping conversation. People engage when it feels natural, not needy. You're not desperate. There's so many people that would want to do this business. There's so many people that would want to join you. You're not desperate. So
Mm-mm.
L and real, loop back later. Not everyone says yes today because people buy when they're ready, not when you're ready. We're all ready yesterday, but people purchase when they are ready, not when you are ready. And if you're always prepared and you're always like consistent with this, you're going to be there when they're ready. So keep a system, whether it's a notebook like Adriana's, an Excel spreadsheet, the notes app in your phone, Instagram notes, Instagram folders, whatever it is, keep a system so you have something to loop back to every 30 to 45 days. And maybe like a good message idea for looping back, you could say, "Hey Izzy, I'm just checking in. I know timing wasn't right before, but I wanted to share this story from one of our girls who started last month. She's already glowing, she's already making her money back, and I thought of you." Keep the door open because following up, it's just love on a schedule. Okay? Following up is just love on a schedule. Remember that follow up isn't chasing, it's continuing the relationship. So be real, REAL, and the results will follow.
Oh, snaps to that. So what did we learn today, friends? We learned about light, right? We learned about agree, relate, educate, and we learned to keep it real, right? And we learned that we scroll on the toilet. So, so the last thing I want to add to this, friends, is, unless it's on your schedule, it doesn't happen, right? So maybe you are super on top of it, and in between every break that you have, you're already on top of your objection handling, your follow-ups, you're already on top of it. But more times than not, we need to say to ourselves, okay, tonight when I get home from work, I'm going to spend 30 minutes doing my follow-up in specific, right? Or, when I wake up this morning, I'm going to make my breakfast and I'm going to spend 30 minutes doing my follow-up. So I really recommend as your homework for today to really put into your schedule the time that you're going to take. And the beautiful thing about follow-ups I find is that if you take time to do it in a half an hour, you still have conversations for like a week, just based off of the way people respond time and the back and forth and all of the things. So, I do believe you should do reach outs and follow-ups every day, but some of us have more time than others. So make sure that you're scheduling it in because the money is in the follow-up. Yes, Kat.
I forgot after you said yes, Kat. You made me nervous. If you schedule an hour on Tuesday and an hour on Thursday, like if you pick two designated days to have an hour of following up, you will be having conversations throughout the week. You will have people that want to purchase when you post a sale. And I just want you guys to like have it in the forefront of your head that your content means nothing if you're not having conversations. So conversations are more important than content, but content is important because that's your like exposures that you're giving to them. You're having the conversation and then they see your content and it just adds more relatability to your content or to your conversation. If you're not creating the content, like people aren't going to want to join someone that isn't for real about this. People aren't going to want to purchase product from someone if they don't think they're going to take care of them.
Or you're going to be marketing for somebody else who has the courage to do the reach out. And they're going to see it from your page, and then they're going to speak to that person that did the work and is actually reaching out.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
remember, this business, two-pronged approach, creating content and having conversations. Content, validation, awareness, curiosity, conversations, moving the business forward. Content dictates the speed of your business in the hands of the consumer and the courage that they have to reach out and say the word, or whatever that call to action is. Sending messages dictates the growth of your business in your hands based on your action. Two are both equally necessary. So put on your content creator hat. You are her. You are a content creator. You are an influencer, whether it's one person, 100 or 100,000, it doesn't matter. You are a content creator and you are an entrepreneur. You are a businesswoman. And having conversations, the objections comes with it. They're never going to stop. You just become better at it. You become more confident at it. And the money is in the follow-up. Two
Be
needed.
consistent. Like be consistent with your follow-up. But like I know you guys hear this all the time, but it makes me sad because sometimes I have people that I'll get on three-way calls and maybe 6 months later, someone will DM me and be like, "Hey, I was on a three-way call with you 6 months ago with Adriana, but I don't see Adriana doing the business anymore. I want to get started now. I've been watching your content since that three-way call." And I'm like, dang, like what, like imagine what, like I think of how much someone could have achieved if they didn't stop, if they didn't give up, right? So like I know you guys hear this all the time, but consistency is the name of the game with all of this. So does anyone have any questions about follow-ups or objections before we say goodbye with our handshake? How much peanut butter is too much peanut butter?
1 tablespoon.
Oh.
No, I know. It's a secret. The calories creep up with that. 1 tablespoon measured, sifted at the top. Okay. All right, friends, you can always count on me for your health
No
Guidance.
questions? Someone has to have a question or an objection that we didn't answer. We'll take like one or two. Or no, we don't have time.
We're getting low on time, but I feel like
Only been an hour and 12 minutes.
friends, who do you know? Does every put a one in the chat if you feel like you have people to follow up with? So you do. Great. Keep it moving. Okay, put a two in the chat if you feel confident in reaching back out and following up with those people. Do you feel confident reaching out to these people? Perfect. So put a three in the chat that if we asked in the chat for a follow-up count at the end of the week, how many follow-ups you did, that you would feel confident being able to put a number in there because you didn't just blow smoke in the chat, but you actually created some fire. Monica's confident, Melicia's confident. All right, so all the rest of y'all were just blowing smoke. Anna, Izzy, Yoani, Ashley's just blowing smoke.
Stop picking on my Ashley.
I love it. She's my favorite. Good dude. She said, I put a three. Okay, great. So at the end of the week on Sunday, Sunday Fun Day, we can ask everyone, how many follow-ups did you do? And we're all going to be able to be servant leaders and put in a number because we were all here and we lead by example. And when we put in how many people we followed up with without blowing smoke, all the other girls are going to see it and say, oh my gosh, look at those girls going after their business. I should probably do that too.
Honestly, yeah, I think like if you guys are looking to build leaders, like other directors, show them when you follow up with someone, like screenshot the conversation and show them. And then when you enroll a BI, they're gonna know that that's what it was that got you to get the BI. So all these goals that we have, director, 15%, golden, bronze, you get to those goals by having these growth goals. 5 follow-ups a day, 10 follow-ups a day. Those mini goals, those growth goals are going to be the bridge that get you to director, to bronze, and all the above. So this was fun. I like this
Yeah.
call.
So don't forget, tomorrow at 1 p.m., we are doing leadership training, which could be one of the most important trainings because it puts all of this together.
Yes, who wants to build a team? Who wants
Put
to
a
be
four in the chat if you want to build a team. If you see yourself leading a bunch of girls, all making paychecks, having time flexibility.
anyone going for the turkey trip? Like, is anyone able to go?
Perfect. We have fours, me's, duh.
Like the turkey trip with Isa at 5.
Yeah, Ashley says, duh, I'm going.
Oh, it's her 30th birthday. She's going to Bali. Yeah. She's going for the golden trip.
Oh, never mind. And now who's picking on her?
No,
Okay,
I
great.
didn't mean it in a bad way. I want to go to Bali too. Celebrate
Okay.
your birthday, girl.
All right, friends. So if you want to be a leader leading hundreds of girls, getting all the trips, we'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Okay. And remember too, the her chat is a great place to handle objections together. So
Yeah.
either reach out to your upline or put it in the chat, take a screenshot. What would you say back to this? And ask for help. Like, don't feel like you have to handle it alone. That's what we're here for. We're helping each other
Wait,
grow.
we
Okay.
have to say goodbye.
All right.
All right. Bye, recording.